Let's start a trip that will change you and help you become the best version of yourself. Imagine living a life where you are full of confidence, happiness, and unwavering desire to reach your goals. This is not some far-off dream that only a few people have. It is right in front of you, waiting to be fulfilled if you make some conscious changes to the way you live your life. Every day gives us a lot of chances to change our lives, and it's by strengthening our habits that we create the creation that is our lives. Whatever habits we form, whether we are aware of them or not, can either help us become great or keep us stuck in failure. We can experience deep personal growth and change when we become aware of the habits that no longer serve us and actively replace them with ones that are in line with our goals. In the next few pages, we'll talk about the habits that are the foundation of success. These are the habits that, when fully adopted, can make every part of our lives better. These habits shape everything we do and think, from how we deal with others and work toward our goals. They are the building blocks of self-improvement and strength. Prepare to go deep into the world of habit change if you're ready to go on a trip of self-discovery and bring out the best version of yourself. Let's find the keys to unlocking your full potential and creating a life full of passion, meaning, and happiness. Now is the time to accept change, spark your inner fire, and bravely walk into the bright light of your true potential. Successful people exhibit admirable and extraordinary discipline. They strive to start early with unmatched tenacity. They stay up late and manage to produce outstandingly. In fact, if you wanted them to stop working and engage in tasks others find fun, you'd have to force them, as their dedication is fundamental to their sense of fulfillment. Their labor and ability to deliver results are what provide them with overflowing happiness for being alive. If you possess great determination, you can achieve virtually any goal you set for yourself. But if you lack it, you simply won't accomplish anything at all. It's incredible to see how people are able to achieve extraordinary feats, despite being surrounded by distractions and devices. This is because they have imposed strict discipline on themselves and forced themselves to keep these distractions at bay. Are you ready to find out the one strategy you must always use in your daily life to be highly effective and great in every area of your life and live the life of your dreams? Now let's begin. One easy and effective way to get more done is to do your most important job first thing in the morning, when you won't be distracted. Then you give yourself the treat of checking your email as a reward for getting that job done. When you do this, you'll feel good at work. You might wonder why it's so tempting to check email all the time. The easy answer is that messages often come with tempting subject lines and claims. But we have to be strong and delete them. Not letting people who send us useless emails take over is important. We all go through this every day, so let's not fall for it. To say it again, dedication is very important. One of the most important American minds of the 20th century, Albert Howard, said that self-discipline is the key to success. Albert says that self-discipline means being able to make yourself do what you need to do when you need to do it, even if you don't want to. Getting better at being strict with yourself is the task you face. Every time you exercise discipline, you become more persistent, and this in turn builds your self-confidence. Psychology experts call it a sense of control. You only truly feel happy when you have complete control over your life and work. When you commit to starting and finishing a task, you need discipline to begin and persistence to continue. But once you complete it, you'll feel incredible. To turn it into a habit, you must repeat the action, get a positive response, and do it over and over again. Over time, it will become easy and automatic. The first step to developing discipline is to create the good habit of initiating and completing your tasks. Aristotle taught that humans are creatures of habit. Everything you do or don't do is a result of the habits you developed in your childhood. Parents have the responsibility to raise children with good habits, as this will influence their character. You are who you are and where you are because of your habits. My buddy Ed Ferran, who is a motivational speaker, used to say, embrace good habits and let them guide your life, instead of allowing bad habits to affect and weaken your personality. This is a quote that I have borrowed from him. To put it another way, the development of constructive behaviors ought to be your major objective in life. The act of working is among the most essential routines. This is an activity that we link with playing with our friends when we are children, and we are associated with going to school. Beginning with kindergarten and continuing through first grade, We may initially experience some anxiety, but we quickly realize that this is a time to engage in play with our classmates. In light of the fact that school serves as our primary playground, we eagerly anticipate coming there. Our games change as we get older and more mature. Despite the fact that we enjoy playing adult games and getting passionate about sporting events, we never lose sight of the fact that all of this is really an additional version of playing with our pals. We carry out our school obligations in order to prevent being expelled and to continue having a positive experience at school. Nevertheless, we consider it to be a time for us to have fun. Once we have finally completed our education and secured our first job, we are once again filled with anxiety and anxiousness. It is possible that the first day of work will be one of the most dreadful experiences that we have ever experienced. As we enter the office, our eyes are anxiously scanning the surroundings, and we are shaking with fear. The office serves as our primary place of recreation. When we get to work, we continue to play with our pals as we have become accustomed to doing previously. We are required to complete our assignments. Otherwise, we will not be permitted to return. If we do not, we risk being fired and losing our jobs. Because of this, we make it a priority to accomplish everything that is required of us so that we can go to the workplace and play with our friends. After work, we are looking forward to seeing them, and we are also looking forward to the weekend with great anticipation. The most important thing is to make work a habit. Whenever you set out to do it, make sure that at your workplace, you focus on your work and not on having fun. From the moment you walk through the door at 8:30 or even earlier, your goal is to fully engage, start working, and fulfill your responsibilities throughout the day. If someone tries to strike up a conversation with you, respond assertively. I'd love to talk to you, but we can do it after work hours, or I'd love to chat with you now, but I have urgent tasks that I need to finish as soon as possible. My boss is waiting for this work. You'll notice that no one will deter you from working. They'll just say, okay, we'll talk later. Over time, they will leave you alone because you're not a fun person, because you're not looking to play in the office. Your goal is to work for the entire time you're there. There's a crucial habit you can acquire to achieve maximum productivity: completing your tasks. This is the secret to effective outcomes. Dedicate all the necessary time and focus your efforts on finishing your tasks from the moment you start. Tackle them with total dedication. Work until they're concluded. One of the main causes of stress nowadays comes from feeling overwhelmed by unfinished responsibilities. Therefore, it's important to set priorities. Ask yourself, if I could complete only one task per day, which would have the greatest positive impact on my career? Which would contribute most to my company or business? Once you get the answer, select that task, start working on it, and don't abandon it until it's finished. Let me share an astonishing revelation with you. Completing a task boosts your self-esteem and self-confidence, garnering recognition and admiration from others. This represents the key to higher income, better job opportunities, and greater responsibility in the workplace. It all revolves around task completion. The key isn't in starting them, but in successfully finishing them. Always view completing tasks in perspective as a competition where crossing the finish line first makes you a winner. When you manage to complete a task, you experience an unparalleled sense of triumph. There's no need to compete with anyone. Simply finishing something makes you feel like an undisputed champion. Your self-confidence multiplies, your vitality is enhanced, and you experience deep satisfaction. Those around you, especially people who can positively influence your career path, look at you with admiration. They like you. When they think you're not listening, they whisper things like, if you need someone to do something and finish it without fail, entrust that mission to this person, because once assigned, they'll carry it out tirelessly. They'd work late, come in early, and dedicate their weekends to achieving satisfactory results in the task. When I started working, I made it a habit to finish what I was supposed to do. Every day of the week, I sometimes stayed in the office until very late. When I worked for a company that was growing quickly and had 200 subsidiary businesses, I was given a task on Friday by a top manager. I think this evaluation is important. It would be great if you could finish it and write a report, he asked. I answered, agreed. I stayed until 8 p.m. because it was Friday afternoon. I called my wife to let her know I would be late getting home. After that, I worked all day Saturday and Sunday. I brought the written report into the office on Monday morning. The paper was ready on my boss's desk when he got there, at 10 a.m. as usual. He came into my office and told me that, "This is great, thanks for doing it. It wasn't really that important to finish it right away. It would have been enough for 1 or 2 weeks, but thanks for taking the time to do it." The study was an analysis of a business chance worth several $1 million. The bank director called him later. "Look, I don't like to pressure you, but I need that report immediately to approve the loan to your company," he told my boss. He was referring to a $50 million loan. "Actually," my boss replied, "I have the full analysis. I'll send it to you right away." He sent the document, and the bank approved a loan that had a significant impact on the company. He came to see me and told me what had happened. He repeated how grateful he was that I had completed it and left. He wasn't a man who liked to talk much, but from then on, whenever something came up that needed to be done quickly, he assigned it to me. I went from working in a small office to a larger one and then to the second largest office in the company. I transitioned from working alone late into the night to having staff fulfilling my responsibilities. I moved from handling ordinary tasks to overseeing 3 divisions of the company. I shifted from struggling financially to earning more than ever in my life. Years later, I hired the controller of that company to manage my businesses. By the way, that boss paid you more in salaries, bonuses, and commissions than he ever paid anyone else, he told me. That boss had hundreds of people working for him throughout his career, but he always told the accounting staff, "If something needs to be done, tell Brian because he'll do it quickly and well." This is your key to success: high productivity, high income, and opportunities. It's the key to feeling wonderful about yourself and gaining the respect of everyone around you. Do your job. Do it quickly and do it well. Work tirelessly, dedicate all your time and effort to your tasks. Ultimately, aim to build a reputation where people say, "If you want the job completed, hand it over to this person because they'll do it quickly and efficiently." How solid is your reputation currently? It significantly differs from your colleagues in the company. People trust you to perform tasks optimally and swiftly compared to others. Reflect on this because what determines your future, above all else, is what people say about you and your performance when you're not present. Let me go back to the question that changed my life when I was about to turn 20. What sets successful people apart? This question leads us directly to another. What does success really mean? Is it just about amassing great fortunes? No, true success involves living life according to our desires. It's about doing what we truly want to do, finding work that we're passionate about, surrounding ourselves with people we get along with and respect. Success, more than anything else, is synonymous with freedom. And to me, freedom is the greatest joy of existence. To be completely free to be oneself, to do what one desires, and to consider other job opportunities. You'll feel happier if you think that you can be a very productive person who can start and finish their tasks. You'll have more energy and understand and like yourself better. Besides that, you'll be more driven to get to work early, do your best, and stay a little later. This drive will push you to learn, study, and get better at the things that matter most to you, your boss and your business. You'll become a machine that is always eager to learn new things that will help you do your job better. Meeting the needs of people who trust and admire you will be your main goal as you work to finish your tasks faster. When you talk about yourself, say things you want to be true because what you say and how you act comes back to you. Don't say anything else. Don't ever say you're always late, messy, or forgetful. When you talk about yourself, always picture yourself as you want to be. Some may think that working hard all the time, staying focused on completing tasks, will rob them of spontaneity and authenticity. However, that couldn't be further from the truth. In fact, when you commit to consistently starting and finishing your tasks, you experience an increase in your level of happiness and satisfaction with yourself. You feel fulfilled when completing each mission on time. Dear friend, I invite you to set goals and devise a plan to achieve them, working on it until it becomes innate in you, something you do spontaneously and naturally. You'll see that by adopting this approach, achieving your goals becomes an instinctive act and allows you to relate authentically and smoothly with others. You have the power to create new mental visions of yourself, shining in all your splendor outwardly, because only you have absolute control of those images. Therefore, you can forge a mental representation of yourself with the grandest version of the person you dream of being. There are some things that make it easier to form habits. One of them is to write a statement in the present tense about a trait you like. I'm always on time. I get to work early every day. I have work all day. I work the whole time I'm working. I finish everything I need to do, make a statement and write it 10 times. It could be when you wake up in the morning. It's important to write it 10 times until you naturally act in this way. In the event that you fail to arrive at work on time or complete your tasks, you will feel stressed. This will make you mad at yourself, which will push you to get back on track. After you get used to the new habit, you'll have a lot more time to do the things you want to do. After that, you can start a new habit. You could say that I always get things done, or that I always be kind and respectful to others. As you go along, the first habits you form will give you more time and chances to make new ones. That being said, dear friend, if you want to be completely free to enjoy the wonder of being yourself and live a satisfying life, you need to show the world that you are someone who gets things done. When you're entrusted with a task, do not hesitate to carry it out quickly and exceptionally. Do not complain, do not grumble, or claim to be overwhelmed or too busy. I have never turned down a task in my entire existence. In my youth, when I lacked resources, I was unaware of the significance of this principle. For me, that was the opportunity success offered me, the key that opened a door. My boss told me, "Here is the door, walk through the room and run." And that's precisely what I did. Establishing a reputation as a skillful and fast task completer completely transformed my life. This skill is one of the greatest treasures you can cultivate. The key is to practice good habits consistently. If you want to adopt a new habit, do not allow exceptions. Do not make excuses or give up just because you are tired, have worked tirelessly this week, or have a mountain of tasks to do. As we near the end, keep in mind that you have all the power you need to become the finest version of yourself. It's more important to make little, consistent adjustments every day than to make huge, dramatic changes all at once. Amazing personal development and enlightenment are possible when you accept responsibility for your habits and work to change them so they support your goals. Therefore, bravely and resolutely embrace the path of self-improvement. Remember to always strive for better and to celebrate any progress you make, no matter how tiny. You come closer to reaching your greatest potential and shining as brightly as your authentic self with every good habit you form. Keep in mind that obstacles are really opportunities for growth as you forge on. Accept them with poise and fortitude, for they are necessary steps on the road to greatness. Last but not least, always keep in mind that you have limitless ability to make your life what you want it to be. Now is the time to take action, since you can change your life in remarkable ways just by altering your behaviors. Be brave, have faith in your abilities, and enjoy the ride as you strive to become the finest version of yourself. You have limitless potential, special talents, and